secrets in conference play. They know you, you know them, and there's always a little trickle of bad blood here and there, particularly when both teams are ranked as these two are in this one. Welcome to Kinnick Stadium in Iowa City, Iowa, home of the Hawkeyes. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Cincinnati Bearcats, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the Iowa Hawkeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Hawkeyes will put total leather to crank us up. Here's the return from inside his 10. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. So Cincinnati's offense will get the ball first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last.
Turning it on! Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. The Bearcats are in the hurry-up.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
Gets it out fast. Smashes through the tackle. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. And the Bearcats will have it first and 10.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. He wants to throw it again. Zings it complete to the right. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. So Iowa's offense will have its first possession of the game. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this cornerback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. Two NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. The Hawkeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Quick release on the RPO. Showed off just about every move in the book, except the forward move. Stopped for a short gain. Off play action. Finds his tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And the Hawkeyes will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. A strike downfield. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. And the Bearcats want to pick up the tempo.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they...
He's got it inside the 15. Touchdown, Bearcats. He got a step and just dusted the field. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. On the run from inside his own 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They really need to find a way to punch back on this. There he goes! That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. No huddle offense to the line.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. The Hawkeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Hauls it in. At the 40, there he goes. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. And the Hawkeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. No huddle here for the offense. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Hawkeyes racing to the line in the hurry-up. Handoff to the fullback. Smashes through the tackle. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the gun, running back on the move. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. To the air, it's Adams. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. And this one is perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Off The play fake on first down, wants to throw. Working on the right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
When you're throwing these comeback routes, man, the timing has got to be so good between the two of them because you know the ball is going to be in the air a long time. You can't throw it late. It's going to get picked. That time, really nice job getting it out early, and the receiver doing a nice job on his route so that the ball was right on him as soon as he turned around.
It's the end of the first quarter, and now time for one of the great traditions in college football, when the entire crowd here in Iowa City will turn and give a wave to the children at the University of Iowa, Stead Family Children's Hospital. Everyone engaged, and we wave and salute those kids and wish them all the best. No matter how many times you see it, a moving moment here at Iowa between the first and second quarter when the entire crowd acknowledges the children across the way. Hope they enjoy the game as we continue in the second quarter. Quick pass on the jet motion. Breaks the tackle. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. They just keep firing. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Kinnick is having a connection fit to try to help the D on third down. The throw. Wide open downfield. Breaks into the open. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Give to the running back. Spins away from the defense. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. The Bearcats have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll try to finish it with a score from there. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. Trying to bully their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cincinnati!
And the running game is so important when you get inside that 10-yard line and that field starts to shrink. And it's so nice to have a back with some physicality. Great job running the football, using that stiff arm, finishing the run, and getting in the end zone.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, you could make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. LSU is currently ahead in this one in Death Valley, but I can see Mike the Tiger out there pacing. This has been a very close game. They're up by 7 over Vanderbilt. Week in and week out in the SEC, it's a battle of attrition, and if anything big changes, you'll hear about it here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And the Hawkeyes in the hurry-up. The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
You really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast. Win our conference. Well, this is step 1. And so I think you're so tired of hitting your own colored jerseys.
Nice move. Create some space. Look at that toughness just running through everybody. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this off does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. To throw, it's Adams. Throws toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. The Hawkeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Wants to throw on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On third and long, try to convert through the air. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion. The Bearcats line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Makes the catch around the 50. Rams him with the stiff arm. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Oh, they're after him. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
And the Hawkeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to throw. It's Adams. Here comes the heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. The Hawkeyes want to move quickly. From the gun, running back gets the give. He's knocked down at the 33, and that's short of the line to gain, and let's see what they do on fourth down. He'll run for it. Powers through the defender. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down. Running to Green. Tempo and overdrive. Finds a little space. Turning it on. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle. It's caught. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Well, you can see the effect that last run play had on the defense. They had a really good-looking run, and all of a sudden they come back with play action. Everybody bites. They play downhill, and it opens up a guy up top for the offense. Really nice job setting up that shot play to get an explosive one through the air.
The huge play got him on the porch, but now they got to kick in the door. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Trying to punch it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bearcats! These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point makes it a 21-3 lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Looking downfield, it's Adams. Got a man, it's Smith. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Second down, he'll throw it. Looking to the big tight end. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Slips away. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. He gets it away from his own end zone. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Motion from the wideout. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. It's complete to the left. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. And the Bearcats send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. The give on the counter. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, one of the best environments in the game, and Iowa City has given us a fun first half. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering 2 things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? And with that, let's send it back to Duke Slater Field at Kinnick Stadium.
We're just about ready to start the second half. From inside the 10, here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on 4th downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Reeves. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. And the Hawkeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. Let's see what he can do with it. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here comes the offense onto the field again. Scanning the field, it's Morton. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Get it out on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Odom. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40. Gonna look downfield again. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
One of the things I love about the passing game we've seen on offense so far here is just how good the decisions have been by the quarterback. He's not being too greedy. When the shot plays have been there, he's taken them, and they've scored points because of that, but he just takes what the defense gives him, and you're just whittling away, and you're marching the ball down the field. Really good decisions by the QB.
Wants to fire on second down. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Bearcats! And the beatdown has ensued.
And I like this offense. I like watching it, man. They find a way to make plays and spread the football around. But I tell you what, I think this QB has an eye for this guy because that's 3 TDs now in 4 games. He wants to find him to make plays, really starting to trust that receiver out wide.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. Notre Dame is currently up big at this moment in what's shaping up to be a lopsided affair for the Golden Domers. They're up by 31 over Kansas. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about in this one, the Big 12, or anywhere else. Men?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. To the ground. He's got it again. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll run play action. He's got an open man. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47. The Hawkeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Rides the back and leaves it. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Grabbed behind the line. It's Reeves. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move. It's 1st and 10. Got it in the middle. It's Avant. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
That's the end of the quarter, and Cincinnati is on top. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. Back to pass, it's Adams. Quick completion on the out route. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Got it behind the line. It's Smith. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. With the run on 1st and goal. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. Second down, they'll go to the air. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it go to the end zone. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete. A 4th quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the looks. Got us. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Iowa! PAT unit on the field. And the extra point cuts the lead to 28-10. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Dropping back, it's Morton. It's complete. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. The give to the lone running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Right back to it. Fights off a defender. 3rd and long from the 30-yard line, in this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure's there and he lets it go. Forced to just throw it away on 3rd down, and now they face 4th. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. And the holder will place it down on the left hash. A 47-yard try coming. Splits the uprights. Good. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Iowa has the ball back on offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
And how about this? You get to start a drive with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Cincinnati! With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to pass. It's Adams. Incomplete behind the receiver. Maybe this freshman got a little too anxious. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Looking for more room. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Bearcats. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Lining up for the PAT. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Coming out on first down with the play fake. That's reeled in. It's Reeves.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Just a little off. Incomplete. And the Hawkeyes line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Smith. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Dropping back, it's Adams. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to throw again. He'll throw it. It's complete on the right side. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2. The Hawkeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Got the back over the middle. Coming through with that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. They've been very sharp on this drive so far. Now 1st and 10 from the 43. Makes the grab. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42. And the Hawkeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Smith. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not, and that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Paul. toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to the Woodshed, East Lansing, Michigan. Spartan Stadium on the banks of the Red Cedar and home to Michigan State. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Cincinnati Bearcats, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Michigan State Spartans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Spartans will kick it away to start us off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bearcats offense will take the field first. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook.
Oh, he's got some space. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Bearcats.
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Michigan State Spartans offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this cornerback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. 2 NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
They go to the draw. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Use the play fake, now to throw. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. And the Spartans are on the move. They'll go to the ground. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. The give on the option. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. Looking for room. It's Presley. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They decide against trying the 52-yard field goal. Instead, the offense trying to convert a 4th and short. Now on the move. And that ball's on the ground behind the line. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
The defense comes up big time on the 4th down play, trying to get the stop, making sure he doesn't get a first down. The fumble, it's just the icing on the sundae. That's fine. We'll take it. But more importantly, they got the big stop and turnover on downs.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Completes it in the middle.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Looking for a man. It's Morton. Picked off. A rare misread and mistake from this quarterback. He's brought down. A short return to the defense. Comes out on top with a pick. Here comes the offense back onto the field. Leaves it with the running back. Plows through the defense. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Snagged out of the air. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. He leaves it with the back. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. The Spartans with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Here's the handoff. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. So first down here as they go back to work. To the air on first down. Fires to the middle. Finds a tight end down the gut. Now the connection takes it to the 11. And the Spartans will line it up on 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Now the toss. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Under fire. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. It's good. Easy call for the refs. That'll bring him to within 4. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. Houston is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know. They're trailing by 11 to Notre Dame. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this Big 12 clash of the Titans, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Got room on the return. And a big return here as they finally get him down inside the 20.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. The 50. He's at the 40. The 20. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And you really want your quarterback in the red zone to be efficient, to be smart, not to give up points. And, man, he makes a big mistake. They capitalize on defense, return the ball all the way down the field, and now their offense has an opportunity in the red zone.
And the Bearcats will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Back to throw, it's Morton. Into the end zone. And that one is right on target if his target was the first row. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Pocket breaking down. Wide out trying to get it in. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati!
Man, it's so nice to have guys out wide that you just trust that you can feed the football, and this guy will do the rest, will cross that goal line, will take care of you, make you look like a genius. That's that kind of guy right there.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Out of the gun to give to the back. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. To the air on 2nd down. He finds a dead spot in the middle. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. This one's complete.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Lost to throw again. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back. It'll be 3rd and long. Trying play action. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. The Spartans will send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. It's a draw. Fighting off the defender.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
To the air, it's Morton. Pressure coming. Complete. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. And the Bearcats will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Right on the money. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that 1st down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And they needed a little more room to work with as that one sails out of bounds. Sparty and nearly 75,000 of his closest friends pegging the decibel meter on 3rd down. He's going to run it. He's got 1st down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in East Lansing. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Spartan Stadium.
The Bearcats will boot it away to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. He'll start this drive going to the air. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete. So now it's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Misses again, it's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row. And the Spartans will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. They'll go back to work on offense. Back to throw, it's Morton. Pulls it in.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down. And it's picked off for the third time today. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. After punting the last time they had it, they ought to be set up for a much better result with this drive.
This offense better be licking their chops. You're not going to...
And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer, because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
Really need to find a productive play this time on 2nd and long. Quickly to the tight end. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Spartans have moved it inside the 20. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Makes the catch. And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
They've hit him with back-to-back chunk plays. Now it's 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Wants to go up top. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be 3rd down. Wants to go up top. Looking for the goal line. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan State.
This wide receiver is so dynamic. The bubble screen is a play every offense has in their back pocket now these days. You just want to find different ways for this guy to touch the football, whether it's jets, reverses, and bubble screens. He makes people look so silly out in space like he did right there.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the 2-point try. The snap sets up the throw. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Looking to throw, it's Morton. Unloads to the wideout. Complete in the middle. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. He's got it down the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. He rifles one deep down the middle.
That's a really good break on the football. He sees the ball come out, and he hits him right as he's catching it. Nice job of dislodging the football from the receiver. That's a good play by the defensive back.
And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's going to get stopped, trapped, and it'll be a safety.
And that's exactly what you call complementary football. The punter doing a great job downing the opponent inside their own 5-yard line. Then the defense takes the field and they get the safety. You've got to love that if you're the head coach.
They'll get set for the free kick after the safety. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. To the air, it's Morton. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Sparty's defensive front is dominating. They have a great history of doing that.
Yeah, getting after the quarterback, man. Getting off the football, getting upfield, being disruptive, being a great defense that can stop the run and find the quarterback. Man, that's what you like to see if you're a Spartans fan.
The Bearcats now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Gonna swing it on second down. Got his man quickly. There he goes. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. The Bearcats moving quickly to the line. The run from the shotgun. Still on his feet at the 45. Oh, a lot of space. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Quick hitting end around on first and goal. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Motion from the wide receiver. Back to pass on second down. He's got it. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. A third and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats. Fitted in the window for the score. On to attempt the try. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. NC State found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win. But this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in Raleigh. One thing we can always count on in the ACC is a spirited battle and a game that will make waves all along the Eastern Seaboard.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And the Spartans with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Breaks into the open. Lowers that shoulder and delivers the blow. And what moves this guy has. The jukes, the wiggles, the squirts just went right past him and picked up the first down. Here's the pressure. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away. Behind the chains now on second and long. Now the play fake. This time on target. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. We've reached the break. Cincinnati is on top. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. So we open the final period with a third down play. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Wants to throw on first down. Fires on the move. Makes the grab. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Looking for room. It's Presley. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Second down, he'll throw it. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. They've been very good at moving the chains on 3rd down. 2 for 2 on this drive. This time they need 6. Bring in the heat. Got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Sparty. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. Gets it out quickly. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. The Bearcats want to crank the tempo. Dropping back, it's Morton. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Caught in the backfield, it's Presley. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Leaves it with the back. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. This is makeable field goal range here, but it looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, looking to pass. Touchdown, Spartans! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Palmer, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down. They kept chopping wood. They found a rhythm. And in this 4th quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, and knocked it right down the middle. quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Got his man downfield. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Off play action on first down. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to throw. It's Morton. He's got him this time. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Looking to throw for it. Escapes the sack. Across the 45. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. And the Bearcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They try to pop a run on the draw. Slipping, sliding, dancing his way down to the 32. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Spins away from the defender. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on 2nd down. Lost to fire on 2nd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Oda. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And the Bearcats, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. They'll try to slam it in. Touchdown, Bearcats. And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
Really good execution by this offense late in the game, under a minute, score to take the lead. It's what you draw up. It's what you dream about. But now my defense has to go on the field and get me one more stop.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is good, and the lead is 5 here in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man on the right. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. They'll move the wide receiver. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. It's complete. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. And they got to the line expeditiously, spiked it, and stopped the clock. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. To the air on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. They'll try to get it through the air. Wiggles free. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The Spartans want to pick up the tempo. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to pass, and they don't have a lot of time to work with. He had that one slip to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be third down. Looking to throw. He's not afraid to go deep. Throw to the end zone, picked off. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. There are no secrets in conference play. They know you, you know them, and there's always a little trickle of bad blood here and there, particularly when both teams are ranked as these two are in this one. Welcome to Nippert Stadium, one of the grand old cathedrals in the sport and home to the Cincinnati Bearcats. As we'll see, the number 25 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Cincinnati Bearcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Bearcats will put toe to leather and will get started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Michigan's offense will take the field first. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks. David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them today. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Wolverines will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The Bearcats offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And greeting them as a linebacking core in the business of disruption, tackling with aggression. Any suggestions on how to work around them?
Yeah, I think you pray. These linebackers are fast, they're physical, and my favorite part is they don't like people. Like, they are trying to make physical tackles, and it starts with them in this defense against the run, blitzing, against the pass. They're all over the field, Palmer.
Yeah, and I think for this offense, you want to be able to establish the run. I think the big key for them is going to be working the double teams in the zone game and getting into the second level. You have got to try and cover these linebackers up and get a hat on them. If you don't, they're going to run free and they're going to destroy your game plan.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about...
And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Cincinnati! These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. To throw, it's Johns. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play, they'll go back to the air. Time to take a shot. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Going to let it fly. No, he should have had that one right in his hands, and he couldn't hang on. Typically, he makes that play. It'll be second down. Punts it out of the air. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. From the gun, the running back has it. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to pass, it's Johns. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Power football with the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. Makes the catch. It's Harris. Turning it on. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. They'll try the left side. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Oh, he had it and he dropped it. Almost one of those big plays he's known for. It'll be 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Wolverines will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Punt will bounce out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Odom. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Looking to throw, it's Morton. It's complete on the right side. Powers through the defender. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. To the air on 1st down. Quick completion on the out route. He'll be knocked out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Good pickup there. That's the end of the quarter, and Cincinnati is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. Just keeps slinging it. Tosses it incomplete.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you could tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, that's my bad.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. The Bearcats send out the punt unit. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Looks it all the way in and now turns his attention upfield. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it, and he had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Wants to go up top. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference. The offense gets a fresh set of downs after the PI. We'll see if the defense can regroup and put together a stop. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. From the gun, they'll try the middle. All things considered, he's probably lucky to be back to the line of scrimmage. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Johns. Bought a little time, lets it go. Fires to the big fella. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. They kick it away on 4th down. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Catch in the middle, it's Odom. The Bearcats will hustle to the line. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. The Bearcats getting set on 1st and 10.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
Oh, it's picked off. A rare mistake from this guy. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And what a great job by the defense that time. Cover 1, man coverage. And did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage. You jam them. And it completely disrupts the quarterback and his thought process. And that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT'd.
So here comes the Michigan offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, the last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27. And the Wolverines come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referees signal for the 2-minute timeout. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Wide receiver going in motion. To the air, it's Morton. Fires to the middle. Got his man. Makes the stop at the 30, but a big 15-yard pickup gets him out of trouble.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover, you get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
Looking to throw on first down. Finds a man on the right. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Looking to throw on first down. He's got it. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Quickly complete. They'll immediately call timeout.
I think a lot of times on offense, you look out there and you go, let's see, I got the numbers. I can throw the bubble. The defense was like, nope, I don't care. They were ready for it. Great job going and making the open field tackle.
Gets it out fast. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain. They'll need to get the ball to the 34 to convert this third down. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Bearcats! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Running back searching for a hole. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Right back to him on the ground. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Boys, you never quite know what to expect there in Cincinnati, and we've had a lively first half. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Nippert Stadium.
The Wolverines will kick it off to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Back to throw, it's Morton. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a fourth down. The Bearcats will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Secures it at the 30, and he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. Runs through a tackle. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. And the Wolverines come to the line in the hurry-up.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
And he throws another interception, his third of the night. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his second interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They were forced to punt on their last possession, but this time taking over with spectacular field position. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line, give him 10 yards and enough for the first down.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. On first down from the 13-yard line. Back to pass, it's Morton. Touchdown, Bearcats! Made the grab in the end zone for the score. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Looking for a chunk play on second and short. Makes the grab down the middle. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. The give to the back. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They go to the ground. This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over him. Gets the back moving. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Going to try to get it himself. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. The Wolverines are on the move. Scanning the field, it's Johns. Fires one high and deep. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Michigan. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
Lining up to add another. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Southern Miss is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Hattiesburg for some time. They're up by 21 over Texas State. We'll keep you updated on things in a game that could alter the balance of power in the Sun Belt. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And the Bearcats racing to the line in the hurry-up. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Wide open downfield. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
To the air, it's Morton. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. And the Bearcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Gonna look downfield again. On the move, he fires. Another incompletion on 3rd down. They bring the punter onto the field now. Wants to return it. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
And the Wolverines have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Grabbed in the middle. It's Fuller. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Trying to make magic with his feet. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36. We've reached a break. Cincinnati is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. Use the play fake, now to throw. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. The give to the tailback. We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. Looking downfield, it's Johns. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Got a man, it's Fuller. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. The Wolverines are rolling down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Gonna sling it on 2nd down. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple. Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on 3rd down from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Snagged in the middle, it's Harris. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get to third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over him. Looking for a man. It's Johns. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. They want to throw it. Here comes the heat. Looking to get it in. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Back to pass on 2nd down. Touchdown, Wolverines! Quick strike through the air for the score. That big score makes the end of this game very interesting.
No doubt the offense got what they needed. More work to do, but you had to get this part accomplished first.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. So they played keep away and held it for 16 plays on the scoring drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Coming out with it, it's Odom. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. That 3-touchdown lead has been cut to 7. The momentum has shifted, and now a chance to get it back on this drive. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Looking for a man. It's Morton. Right down the middle. Finds space on the right. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Unleashes it. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. And it's intercepted. A huge 4th quarter play for this defense. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there. Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on 3rd down. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Michigan.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
Extra point here will tie the game. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, you could make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. Kentucky has the lead right now. Feels like it's been this way since the players took the pregame catwalk. But this has been a very close game. They're up by 10 over Tennessee. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will...
And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the offense will maintain possession. Son, that ball must be riveted to your ribcage. Looking to throw, it's Morton. He'll off one deep down the left side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll take another shot here. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. And the Bearcats decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He's got it. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. First snap of this drive comes from their own 44. Starts the drive trying to go up top. And he makes the catch inside the 15. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a first down. To the air on first down. Fires into the end zone. And the throw and catch was good, but you got to do it in the field of play, and he couldn't quite keep that foot in bounds. Handoff from the gun. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. From the gun, wants to pass. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
Critical juncture of the game late, and you're trying to find your best one-on-one matchup to take advantage of. Of course, it's the tight end. With his size, his wingspan, and his athleticism, really good decision by the quarterback at a crucial juncture in this game.
He'll try to tack on one more. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Here's a throw downfield late. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown, Cincinnati! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game. Now, all you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
Big point after here, looking for the tie late. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the fourth. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Rides to back and leaves it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. To the air, it's Johns. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Handoff to the single back. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. They punt it away on 4th down. He'll take it on the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. 4 quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football. I'm finding out which of these two teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Tight coverage there did not stop him from making the grab. It's 1st and goal from the 8. They'll try to get it in with the run. We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Big 3rd and goal here in overtime as they try to get a touchdown to take the lead. Dropping back, it's Johns. Lets it fly. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Splits the uprights, and now they have a 3-point lead here in OT.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Deep shot for the end zone. Incomplete and almost intercepted and almost ball game if he could have picked that one off. Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Just when they thought they had the big play, the penalty wipes it out. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He's in! A game-winning touchdown in overtime!
How about this offense coming out and executing so great, knowing what they needed? They were on defense first. They knew exactly what they needed to do. Come out, they get the throwing touchdown, ends the football game right now. Nice execution by the offense.
And that play right there, David, really encapsulates, I think, the identity of this team. They're going to fight and scratch and claw to the very end to get it done. Great job executing here late in the game to get the win.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack. It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Cincinnati Bearcats, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Buckeyes will get us started with the opening kickoff. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Cincinnati's offense will have the first possession of the game. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming to this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Back to pass, it's Morton. Got his man. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Bearcats headed quickly to the line.
For you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
Quick strike complete. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The Bearcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw again. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Trying to take it back. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
This offense knew coming into this game it was not going to be easy throwing against this defense. They're at the top of virtually every major statistical category when it comes to pass D, and the quarterback just found out the hard way, throwing a pick on the opening drive.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Running the option, it's Daniels. Oh, got some room, headed to the goal line. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. On second and goal, they go right back to it. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Dropping back, it's Morton. Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep.
Makes a grab at the 25, and there's room. And he's brought down after a huge completion. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Spins away from the defense. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll run it to the right. Quick spin on the ride. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Trying to get it to the marker. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. He'll start this drive firing. Picked off. What a play to set him up. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive.
And he's got it! Touchdown, Bearcats!
That is exactly what most offenses will do. Big momentum play. My defense creates a turnover. I'm being aggressive. I'm going for the big score, the big play down the field. They get rewarded. They get the big passing touchdown.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
He snuffed out behind the line again, went right back to the well and got the same bad result. Back to throw, it's Daniels. Looking left. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Gets his first one of the day away. He might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. What a cut. Now he's loose. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. Lost a throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Odom.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Caught over the middle. It's Odom. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, we knew coming into tonight they were going to try to find this guy throwing the ball. I had no idea it was going to be this successful this early. Guys, he's closing in on 100 receiving yards. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. He has been an absolute force.
Got it in the middle. It's Odom. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of
breaks into the open? He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The Bearcats in the hurry-up. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Completes it in the middle. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Give to the running back. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bearcats.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
PAT unit on the field. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Let's see what he can do with the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
These offensive scripts on both sides have been masterpieces as they are going up and down the field in the first. Single back formation, and they give it to him. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. That's the end of the quarter, and Cincinnati is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Dropping back, it's Daniels. He's got the back in the middle. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wideout. Wants to go up top on first down. Snagged out of the air. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The play action fake. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Here they come facing third and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. To the air on first down. Got him downfield. There he goes. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
one of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. Northwestern is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. We've seen this program stage memorable comebacks before. Do not rule out another one today. They're trailing by just 4 to Nebraska. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Back to you.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Wants to throw. It's Daniels. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. A shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. And they decide to trot out the kicker. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Nestled just inside that right upright. Now, there is a flag down on the play, but when you knock through a field goal from that distance and you're not going to get the 1st down, I think you just keep your points. This could turn out to be a huge penalty. Thought they were going to have to settle for 3, and now the offense back on the field with a chance for more. Got his man. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. The Bearcats moving quickly to the line. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Catch in the middle. It's Odom. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Back to throw, it's Morton. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats! Fitted in the window for the score. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Really nice job by the quarterback there of just letting the play develop. He had his eyes down the middle of the field, and I think when he saw that deep middle area vacated, he said to himself, I've got a guy running right into that area. I'm throwing this thing on time, and this is going to be a touchdown. And that's exactly what happened.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Bringing it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. They'll try the right side. Turning it on! Smash pushes ahead. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Buckeyes. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot, that he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. They are set to kick it off, and you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Looking to throw, it's Morton. Spins away from the defender. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The pull and throw off the RPO. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Wants to throw on third. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And that's what this defense needs to get going. You've given up a bunch of touchdowns. You haven't been great early, but now you finally get some pressure, get the quarterback to the ground. Now maybe start turning this defense around.
And the Bearcats will bring the punt team onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Boots' first of the day away was called on 4 times in the victory last week. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll run it from the gun. Hard running there.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Firing to the right, complete. Spins away from one. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Right on the money. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. To the air, it's Daniels. Using the quick game. Now the connection takes it to the 11. And the Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. He's run out of bounds and didn't gain an inch on the play. 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He breaks a tackle. Knocked down at the 22. That's a first down, and they can still stop the clock. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining first half than you? And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution. Time to put an end to the speculation and find out. They're inside the horseshoe.
And the Bearcats will kick it away to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. To throw, it's Daniels. Got his man quickly. Just keeps moving. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. Now on first down from the 30. Looking to throw on first down. And they can't make the connection. Backed up now, here's second and long. Wants to throw it. Got his man in the middle. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. They're dealing with a second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. West Virginia is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Ole Miss. We'll keep an eye on things until the final horn in a game that could shake things up a bit in the SEC.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The give from the gun. Sweet cut there. Oh, he's got some space. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. Off-play action on first down. Back open in the middle. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. And the Bearcats want to pick up the tempo.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
The Bearcats will snap it on first and 10. Off-play action. Throwing right. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down. It'll be first and 10 from the 30. Just outstanding execution, continuing to work his way back through the football.
Yeah, and everything about this route looks vertical. The comeback, it looks like it's a go. I'm thinking speed, and then he sets it down. QB puts the ball on the money, and he makes the play.
The Bearcats had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. From the red zone, looking for a space. Grabbed over the middle. It's Odom. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Looking to pass. It's Morton. He's got it. And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on first and goal, and they are not cooperating. And he takes it in score. Touchdown, Bearcats. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they stay on target with the extra point, up 35-21. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Using his legs, it's Hatchet. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
Space. The 40. The 20. And he eluded the defense, and they'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Buckeyes. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
And if you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
Lining up for the PAT. They tack on the extra point, and they're down a touchdown, 35-28. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27. The Bearcats want to crank the tempo.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move. Knocked down, but not before he gets the first down after recovering the fumble. Looking to throw, it's Morton. Fires to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. So now it's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the 1st down. Power football with the run. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Buckeyes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. We've reached the break. Cincinnati is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be first and goal. And guys, if they can somehow, some way find their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the fourth. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Now on second and goal. Looking downfield, it's Daniels. Touchdown, Ohio State! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And the defense just has to do a better job in coverage in that situation. Down close to the goal line, you know it's going to be man coverage. You just have got to do a better job sticking on your guy, and the defender just simply got beat.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the fourth. Coming down the stretch in the fourth, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Odom. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
He's got an open man. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The Bearcats are in the hurry-up.
I'll tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
They go to the draw. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last when they need 8 on second down.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Blasted as he lets it go. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. To the air, it's Morton. This time on target. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make... And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He'll try it again. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. As heartbreaking as it is for this guy to give up the football there, an exhilarating moment, a big-time play for this defense.
We talk about plays that just change momentum, and you're feeling that tidal wave and that shift right now after that play. What an outstanding individual effort by that defender to come away with the fumble recovery, and now let's find out what his offense can do.
Fires toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air on 2nd down. Looking down the middle. This time he's got it. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Back to throw, it's Morton. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Well, will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Tries to do it himself on the draw. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. It's incomplete, but here comes the flag, and I think it's going to be a first down. So the pass interference in the end zone will give them a free 15. Remember the difference in this rule and the pros. Ball is not placed at the 1-yard line in this situation. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Getting set for the point after. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Big one this week in the SEC. Heck, they're all big ones in that conference. West Virginia is down right now, but this young man under center has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born today in Morgantown. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Ole Miss. Implications galore inside the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big should happen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Now on second down. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Gonna run it. It's Hatchet. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. The receiver on the jet sweep. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. Back to pass, it's Daniels. On target over the middle. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Reading the option, it's Daniels. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Wants to go up top. Throws for the tight end. And it's his 4th interception of the game. He's brought down, a short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
When you're down late in the game, you got to make plays. It's really tough not to force the football. You could tell quarterback forces the football. Defense comes up with a huge interception.
They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the fourth, and the brain trust will go to work. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Looking deep. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Man, we needed that so bad. We needed the football. Had to get a stop, forcing a turnover. Best case scenario, offense back on the field, trailing in the fourth quarter. Time to go win it.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down. This upset bid has been brewing since the start of the game, seemingly, and they are in a world of hurt at this moment, guys.
Yeah, keep the pedal to the floor, right? Don't let up. You've done a great job. You're the perceived underdog. You've taken control of this football game. Jesse, you got the formula right now. You got them right where you want.
Yeah, they've thrown caution to the wind in this game, right, David? I mean, they came in knowing they'd have to take some chances and they'd have to be open and free, and it's worked to their advantage. Now's not the time to get tight if you're the underdog winning this game late.
Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Scanning the field, it's Daniels. Pressure coming. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Gotta have it here on fourth down. Throws to the wideout. Makes the catch. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Hauls it in. And he won't be able to get in as the defense gets him down at the 1. 7 is the lucky and skilled number for this squad as they've made it to this point in the season, and they are still perfect.
Still perfect, and they're cooking. You can tell they got some momentum. 7 weeks, obviously, that's not the whole season. You got bigger fish to fry down the road. Great start, but you can tell this team's for real, for real.
No doubt, and they deserve for us all to be talking about them right now because they look as advertised. This is a team with tremendous talent. They've taken care of business up to this point, but now because they're undefeated at this point of the year, every game from this point out gets bigger.
Welcome to Nippert Stadium, one of the grand old cathedrals in the sport and home to the Cincinnati Bearcats. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Minnesota Golden Gophers, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Cincinnati Bearcats. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Golden Gophers will kick it away to start us off. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So the Cincinnati Bearcats offense takes the field to start this game off. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will, a really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game, maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Shakes off the defender. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the Bearcats will send out the punt unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. So the Minnesota Golden Gophers offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. The matchup we'll be watching in this one really takes you back. Big-time running back going right into the face of a tackling machine at linebacker, David.
Yeah, and we're going to see this individual battle a lot. Not just in pass coverage when they match up, but just meeting in holes. And who's going to win when they go head-to-head, that will be a big factor in who wins this football game. But, Jesse, one-on-one, this is going to be a show.
And this is going to be an incredible matchup that's going to go on until there's zeros up on the clock. Both of these guys have circled this game on the calendar because they knew who they were going to be facing. And two guys we know are going to play at the next level. But I think this is probably one of the better individual matchups we're going to see all season long.
Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. To the air, it's Morton. Makes the catch. He'll be forced out of bounds right at the 30-yard line as they try to grind out some room. And the Bearcats want to move quickly.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. Let's take a minute and talk about Cincinnati. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ended today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity up, playing with a sense of urgency for the second half of the season, David. I think that's a massive key for this team.
Man, it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, to get them to continue to focus on the game in and game out. Not the rankings, not down the road. That'll be the challenge down the stretch.
Let's see what he can do with it. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Got a man in the middle. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. It's a draw. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, the ground game. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to throw deep right side. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back. The Golden Gophers will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Morton. That's caught. It's Odom. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. And the Bearcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one.
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. Just gave up a 1st down on the ground, but here comes tempo. You've got to get lined up.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run it on the counter. Still on his feet at the 45. He's forced out of bounds at the 31, but that is why you keep it on the ground.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
Looking downfield on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He'll pull it down and run. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. So now to start the 2nd quarter, they'll line up and try a field goal. It's been a defensive battle through the 1st period, and the stats tell that tale. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. Well, based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter as we get ready to get things started. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Quick handoff. Breaks the tackle. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And the Golden Gophers will try to pin them back with the punt. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field, find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Going over the top. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Bringing it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always, always remember your first interception. He'll always remember this moment.
The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Unloads to the right. Makes the grab. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. Gives it to the back on the draw. Got enough for the first down. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. From the gun. Give on the inside. Breaks into the open. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. The Golden Gophers come to the line with a new set of downs. Calls his own number. He's going to lose a yard on that one. After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. They're working that left side. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking for a man. It's Morton. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Got room on the return. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. And the Golden Gophers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that, no gain on the play. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They go right back to their man on 2nd and goal. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther. The defense calls the timeout. Their 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Minnesota!
Love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now, and I'm using my athleticism, and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
And the extra point makes it 7-3. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Texas is in front. They've played awfully well today in DKR. And while there's no Ricky Williams or Earl Campbell out there, this group is fighting. They're up by just 1 over Notre Dame.
Looking for a man. It's Morton. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle.
For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes from Big 12 country, you'll hear about it here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads it downfield. Catch inside the 25. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
And man, it has got to be so rewarding as an offensive coordinator when your play call perfectly counters the defense's call. And that's exactly what we saw there. That play targeted the coverage's biggest weak spot, and it led to a wide open receiver.
They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. With the run on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bearcats!
These close games a lot of times come down to who executes late in the ball game. That was a late game situation. Nice execution, and now they got the lead going into the half, and they have all the momentum.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Gets it to the back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Now on the option. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Golden Gophers will punt this one away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He takes it at the 45. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looking to throw, it's Morton. He fires a bullet to the right. It's caught. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Just drives it between the uprights. The lead now 6 here in the 2nd. So as it turns out, a 2-play drive results in a field goal.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Boys, you never quite know what to expect there in Cincinnati, and we've had a lively first half. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the home of Bearcats football since 1902.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They keep it on the ground to open the 3rd. There he goes! And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. And the Golden Gophers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Leaves it with the back. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the 1st down. Leaves it with the running back. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. The Golden Gophers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Handoff to the lone back. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. They'll try the run. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34. The Bearcats will hustle to the line. To the air, it's Morton. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown, Bearcats! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Man, the biggest thing is identifying coverages, right? Like, quarterback has to line up and see what he's seeing and see those safeties. I know outside with that safety in the middle of the field, I got a chance to attack and attack deep with my speedster, and he does a great job throwing the football out there, and he does the rest with the catch and then striding it into the end zone.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they stretch the lead to 13. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like turning it on. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. How aggressive will they get on 1st and 10? Right back to the well. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. On the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. From the gun, wants to pass. Right down the middle. A strike downfield. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. And the Golden Gophers look to keep this drive humming. They'll leave it with him. Finding an escape route. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31. The Golden Gophers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. Working the middle. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. That's the end of the quarter, and Cincinnati is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Takes the handoff. It's McKay. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give to the back. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And that one is picked off in the end zone.
And I love this defense understanding situational football. You got the lead in the fourth quarter, getting your nickel packages. You know the pass is coming, and the execution was great.
Yeah, they thrive on takeaways, and they love to get into games late with the lead because one of the strengths of their entire team is their secondary, and you saw it there. In nickel, they're able to come away with the pick, and it's looking like they're going to be able to seal this game.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Draw play, quarterback keeps it. Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple. The Bearcats headed quickly to the line. The run from the shotgun. Fights off and another broken tackle. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Powers through the defender. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Dropping back, it's Morton. The throw to the outside is complete. And the spin move bought him a little time, just not a lot of yardage. The Bearcats line up, trying to move the sticks on third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
And the Golden Gophers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. He'll try to pick it up on the ground. Oh, he's got some space. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Finds a crease at the 20. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The Golden Gophers are moving quickly down the field. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to fire. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle. A touchdown here on third and goal really ratchets up the game pressure. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Makes the grab. Looking for the end zone.
I was ready for this fourth down anyways. I know I need a touchdown on this drive, and I know I'm going for it. So now the situation is, what is my play to get it done?
Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You did.
There he goes. He's at the 40, at the 20. Touchdown, Cincinnati! Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point right down the boulevard is there now, up 20 in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Texas is down right now, but there is still a ton of football to be played. And for a program that ranks inside the top 10 all-time in wins, don't be surprised if they come back. They're trailing by 10 to Notre Dame. We'll circle back if anything changes in this interesting Big 12 matchup. Back to you guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Gonna have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. Pocket breaking down. Another incompletion on 3rd down. And the Golden Gophers will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. To throw, it's Morton. Quickly complete. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. The Bearcats have it with a 1st and 10. The option look. Now the toss. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job by this team being ready, getting the W.
What a game we have coming up here. A top 10 team perhaps walking right into a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into.